Football is called the beautiful game, but sometimes it turns ugly. Behind the passion, the glory and the trophies, there's a darker story that football rarely wants to talk about. A story of deception, corruption and manipulation. Cheating has always found a way to sneak into the sport. From the pitch to the boardroom, some of these moments changed careers, others changed entire leagues, and a few even changed football forever. Today, we're diving deep into the 10 biggest cheating scandals in football history. From handballs and bribes to fake players and global corruption. This is the story of how the game we love has been tainted by those who couldn't play fair. It was a time when Italian football ruled Europe. Juventus, AC Milan, Fiorentina, Lazio and Inter were powerhouses. But in 2006, the truth came crashing down. A massive investigation revealed that top clubs were influencing referee appointments to favor their matches. Recorded phone calls, leaked transcripts and confessions showed how deep the corruption went. Juventus became the face of the scandal. Stripped of 2 Serie A titles and relegated to Serie B, it was the first time a giant of that size had been punished so severely. Italy's 2006 World Cup victory came just weeks after the scandal broke, making it a year of both pride and shame. If talking about cheating, this one has to be mentioned. The infamous Hand of God, a moment so outrageous it became legendary. It was the 1986 World Cup quarter-final between Argentina and England, a match already charged with political tension after the Falklands War. In the 51st minute, the ball looped high into the air. England's keeper Peter Shilton rushed out, but Diego Maradona, just 5'5", somehow got there first. He didn't head it, he punched it. The ball rolled into the net. England's players screamed for a foul, but the referee didn't see the hand, and the goal stood. Maradona ran off celebrating, glancing at the officials, knowing he'd just pulled off one of the most brazen acts in football history. Later, when asked about it, he famously said it was scored a little with the head of Maradona and a little with the hand of God. Argentina went on to win the World Cup, and Maradona's legend became untouchable. In 1993, Olympique de Marseille were kings of Europe. They had just won the Champions League, becoming the first French club to do so. But the celebration didn't last long. Reports surfaced that Marseille's owner, Bernard Tapie, had bribed Valenciennes players to take it easy before their European final. The goal was to keep the Marseille team fresh and injury-free. The truth came out, and the consequences were brutal. Marseille was stripped of their French league title and banned from defending their Champions League crown. The scandal destroyed Tapie's career and left a dark mark on French football. One of the most shocking acts of deception in football history took place on September 3rd, 1989, during a crucial 1990 FIFA World Cup qualifying match between Brazil and Chile. At the Maracanã Stadium in Rio de Janeiro, more than 141,000 fans packed the stands, and the atmosphere was electric. The stakes were massive, because only one team would advance to the World Cup. Chile needed a victory, and their goalkeeper Roberto Rojas, known as El Condor, was having an impressive game when chaos struck. In the middle of the second half, a flare was thrown from the stands and landed near Rojas. Moments later, he fell to the ground, clutching his face and appearing to bleed heavily. Chilean players and staff rushed towards him, claiming the flare had hit him. The team decided to walk off the pitch in protest, hoping FIFA would hold Brazil accountable, disqualify them, and hand Chile a spot in the World Cup. But soon, the truth began to unravel. A photographer's image revealed that the flare had landed several feet away from Rojas, far from causing any harm. Under mounting scrutiny, Rojas confessed to one of the boldest acts of cheating ever seen. He had hidden a razor blade in his glove and cut himself deliberately to fake the injury, believing the drama would secure Chile's qualification. Roberto Rojas was banned for life, and Chile was expelled from the 1990 World Cup, as well as banned from the 1994 qualifiers. A dark reminder of how desperation can twist the spirit of competition. It remains one of football's most unforgettable scandals, showing just how far some will go when victory is the only thing that matters. Carlos Henrique Raposo, famously known as Carlos Kaiser, pulled off one of football's most unbelievable scams. During the 1980s and 1990s, he signed for major clubs in Brazil, Mexico, even France, yet never played a single official match. Lacking real football ability, Kaiser built his career through charm, fake injuries, and forged medical reports. He befriended real stars, convinced journalists to write glowing stories, and even staged fights or distractions to avoid playing. Clubs kept paying him, believing he was a talented striker plagued by bad luck. His story was told in the 2018 documentary, Kaiser, the greatest footballer never to play football. Unlike others who cheated on the field, Kaiser fooled the entire football system, living the dream life of a pro without ever kicking a ball in competition. Cheating wasn't limited to the football pitch. Ryan Giggs made headlines for a deep personal betrayal off of it. In 2003, while at the peak of his career with Manchester United, Giggs was widely regarded as one of the best players in the world. He had fame, fortune, and a seemingly stable family life. But behind the scenes, he was hiding a secret. For 8 years, he had been having an affair with his brother Rodri's wife, Natasha. The affair continued even while she was pregnant with Rodri's child. The truth eventually surfaced, sending shockwaves through the football world and devastating his family. When Rodri confronted Ryan, Giggs denied everything, but Rodri revealed he had texts and photos as proof. Faced with the evidence, Ryan finally admitted to the affair. The scandal not only fractured their family, but also tarnished Giggs' public image, turning a celebrated football icon into a tabloid fixture for all the wrong reasons. Carlos Bilardo, one of Argentina's most iconic football figures, built a legacy defined as much by controversy as by success. During his playing days in the 1960s with Estudiantes de La Plata, he was widely believed to have used extreme tactics, including allegedly placing needles in his boots to injure opponents. Though never confirmed, the story persisted for decades and was reignited in 2017 when defender Federico Allende admitted to using a needle in a match, claiming Bilardo as his inspiration. As Argentina's national team coach, Bilardo's controversial methods escalated. He allegedly instructed players to rub deep heat cream into opponents' eyes and was linked to the infamous holy water scandal. During the 1990 World Cup, Brazilian defender Branco claimed he was given water laced with tranquilizers by Argentine staff, leaving him disoriented before Argentina scored the winning goal. Bilardo never fully admitted to the act, cryptically saying, "I'm not saying it didn't happen." Despite the scandals, his tactics delivered results, leading Argentina to World Cup victory in 1986 and the final again in 1990, cementing his legacy as both a tactical genius and one of football's most polarizing figures. Thierry Henry's handball during the second leg of the 2010 FIFA World Cup playoff between France and the Republic of Ireland sparked global outrage. With the aggregate score level, Henry controlled the ball with his hand, twice, before setting up William Gallas for the decisive goal that sent France to the World Cup and eliminated Ireland. The referee failed to spot the infringement, and despite Henry admitting to the handball afterwards, FIFA refused Ireland's request for a replay. The incident, widely condemned as a blatant injustice, became a turning point in football's technological evolution, fueling demands for video replay systems and ultimately contributing to the adoption of VAR in future tournaments. In a vital 1994 World Cup qualifier in Rotterdam, Ronald Koeman committed one of football's most notorious fouls. England's David Platt broke free on goal, only to be cynically pulled down by Koeman just outside the box. It was an obvious red card offence, yet the referee showed only a yellow card, stunning everyone. Moments later, Koeman stayed on the field and scored a brilliant free kick as the Netherlands won 2-0, ending England's World Cup hopes. The incident became a symbol of unfair officiating and remains one of the most controversial moments in international football, a clear foul that changed history. Cheating has always existed in football, and each scandal tells a story about the human side of the game. The desire to win, the pressure to perform, the fear of failure, all of it can push even the most talented or respected figures into crossing the line. These moments remind us that football is not only about skill and glory, but also about temptation and consequence. Yet, despite every scandal, the game endures. Rules evolve, technology improves, and fans continue to demand fairness. From VAR to stricter officiating, football keeps trying to protect its integrity, learning from its darker chapters. Because while cheating can steal a victory, it can never still the spirit of the sport.